how to ignore your current reality and attract the reality you want to be living instead. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Juliette Cleary. I'm a Law of Attraction coach, and if you're new here to the channel, please make sure to subscribe and tap the bell for upcoming videos. Today we're going to talk about how to ignore your current reality, you know, if it's something that you don't like, if it's unwanted, and how to actually manifest the wanted reality instead. It can be quite tricky when you're living something that you really don't like or you really don't want, because how do you ignore that? How do you focus on the dream when all you can see is right now? How do you focus on that vision when you're so encompassed by problems and issues that you're living at the moment? Keep watching because I have 3 steps to help you do this. You are a creator, okay? And what you give your focus to is what grows more. You will attract more of what you give your attention to. So if there's something in your life that is right in your face and it is really frustrating, maybe even overwhelming, maybe even depressing, how can you stop looking at that, stop focusing on that, and actually think about something else that you do want instead? It can be tricky, especially initially, but hopefully this video will help you a little bit. With this deliberate creating process, you know, you being the manifester that you are, the creator that you are, it really is about having a more deliberate and determined focus. And I guess that's the trickiest thing with applying the law of attraction to your life and getting what you want, because a lot of us are really lazy with our focus. We're not really thinking about trying to find that better feeling thought, trying to improve the way we feel and self-soothing on a regular basis. Because it's really super easy to just look around us and observe reality as it is and have a reaction. But the more you observe it and have a reaction, like a negative reaction, the more you're just practicing it, and the more that it has to stay the same. It cannot really change. So how do you actually move toward where you want to be? How do you get from where you are to where you want to be? Firstly, understand that there is always a starting place. There is always a starting point. There is always a beginning place, okay, for everyone, for every desire. And we intended it to be that way because then there would be no creation process. We have to start with the contrast. We have to start with the birth of the desire, the asking stage. But the thing is, after we've asked and after we've birthed this desire, it really doesn't have to take a long time to get there, to get to the manifested form. But it does usually take us a long time to get the results that we want, because we keep looking at where we are now, looking at this current reality. Understand that your current reality is old news. That's something that Abraham Hicks says all the time, and it is absolutely true. What you are living right now, okay, is a result of past vibration, of past thoughts and emotion. It has nothing to do with where you're going. It is because of your past focus, okay? That's all it is, which means right now, this current reality is temporary. This reality right now that you're living is temporary. If there is an illness in your body, it's temporary. If there is something that you don't like about your body, like you want to lose weight, or you have cellulite, or you have acne, it's temporary, because things are constantly moving. Things are constantly changing. It just depends on what you're giving focus to. It may be changing to some of the same stuff and some of the same stuff, but you can break that cycle. If you don't have enough money, or you don't have the amount of money that you want, it's temporary. If you have $0 in your bank account, that's temporary. If you're in a crappy relationship, or you don't have a relationship at all, it's temporary. That's just a huge thing that you really have to grasp and understand. We are always moving forward. We are always moving into new and new and new. But it's like, what are you focused on? Okay? What's the story that you're telling? What are you giving most of your attention to? Because that's what you keep moving into. But if you can start giving your attention to different things, you will move into different things, more wanted things. If you have $0 in your bank account, that does not mean that you can't have thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions or multi-millions or billions. A lot of successful people started with barely nothing at all. If you are overweight or unfit, that doesn't mean that you can't be at the weight that you want to be at. It doesn't mean that you can't have that body that you want to have. What is now and what was before has nothing to do with where you're going. That's a really powerful first step to realizing that this current reality, it's not as real. It's not as real and as important as we are making it out to be. It's more important where you are going, where you are seeing yourself going, where your vision is. Your vision is important. Thoughts turn to things, okay? Everything has to be a thought before it becomes a thing, and it doesn't matter where you are now or who you are now or where you have been. You can get to where you want to be. So here are 3 steps to help you with ignoring your current reality and moving towards the reality that you want to be living in. Number 1 is daydream and believe in the dream. We're told that daydreaming is just, oh, you're a daydreamer. You're just thinking of other things, but come back to the real world. How we create things is through our imagination, is through our minds and our emotion. So taking the time to daydream every single day about things that make you feel joyful, about possibilities, about having no limits, and just letting your mind run wild. Doing that every day is helping you to move forward into that new reality that you have already created and is waiting for you. The daydreaming process is really an alignment technique. As long as you're making sure that your daydreams, your visualizations are something that feel really good. Pick the best scenarios, pick the best feeling desires to focus on. What makes you feel excited? Where would you love to be right now? One of my favorite questions to ask myself is, if I could be anywhere in the world right now doing anything, what would it be? If I could be anywhere right now, where would I be? And I ask this to other people as well because it's a really fun game. This helps to take your negative attention away from your current situation, your current issues, problems, your current reality, and focus on the dream instead. And then after you've answered this question, say you want to be at a beach somewhere across the globe, talk about it a little bit. If I could be anywhere right now doing anything, what would it be? What would that feel like? Dream it a little bit, think of a scenario, fun scenario where you are there, or talk about why you love it. What's so wonderful about it? Take time during the day just to ask yourself that. And it doesn't have to take a lot of time or a lot of effort. If you pass the 17-second mark, law of attraction has kicked in and is moving you towards where you want to go. Manifestation is in the process. Now you're focused on where you're going, not where you are, not where you've been, where you are going. And most importantly, believe in this dream, okay? Believe in your dream. If there's something that you really, really want and you really don't believe it yet, then choose a different desire to focus on. Choose something else that's easier to focus on and start with that. And when that manifests, you've proved to yourself your power. You've proved to yourself that things work out for you. You've proved to yourself that things are always ripe and ready for you. You've proved to yourself that you are a creator, and once you do this with the easier desires, you will believe more in those big desires. Most importantly, take the time to dream every day. Daydream every day. Pick the most fun scenarios. Take a couple of minutes in the morning, a couple of minutes at night. A minute or two during your day, your lunch break, when you're driving, whenever you can fit it in. Make life more fun. Then you are taking your attention away from the problems that you're living or your current unwanted reality. And you are deliberately choosing a focus that feels better. So you are on the frequency of your desire and you're feeling good. The more you do that, the less that this current reality or this unwanted situation is going to feel bad, because you're going to be more in alignment. You're going to be feeling like your dreams are a sure thing. You're going to have clarity. And so when you look back at your current reality or current unwanted situations, it's not going to feel as bad. It's not going to feel as negative as it once did. Number 2 is distraction. You want to make your happiness your number one priority, your number one goal, your number one intention. The number one thing that you want to manifest is your happiness, is you feeling good. That's your alignment. And it's all about distraction. If you've got a crappy relationship or a health issue or not enough money, when you don't actually have to be focusing on it, if you have to do some sort of procedure for your body, or if you have to pay a bill in that moment, then yes, you have to focus on it. But when you don't have to focus on it, which is probably most of the time, you can be focusing on other things, and you have to make the decision to do that. And a lot of people don't, and that's really what slows down a lot of manifestations. Distract yourself with better feeling topics, okay? So find anything, find what works for you. If you're feeling really, really terrible, take a nap, meditate, okay? Or go to sleep and start again in the morning. But distracting yourself is really, really, really gonna help. When you start to feel bad, when you notice your current situation, you start to feel bad, that's when you need to distract yourself. Because whatever you give your attention to is what you attract more of, is what grows more in your experience. So if you can give less attention to your current unwanted reality and more attention to anything else that maybe you want or just feels good in general, then you're doing the work, you're doing this work. And things that feel good, things that feel that way, all those good emotions that you've been feeling while you're focusing on these things, whether they're things that you want or just trivial things, things that just make you happy throughout your day. The more attention you give to that good feeling stuff, the more good feeling stuff has to come into your life, okay? And that's when you have access to clarity, to knowledge, to solutions, okay? To answers, the things that you've been asking for. And number 3 is appreciate or be grateful. So practice gratitude or appreciation. If you can just practice gratitude and practice appreciation in your daily life about anything, whether it is your current situation, your current reality that you're living, or anything in your life or around the world, if you can just practice that higher vibration, then anything unwanted has to disappear from your life. And also, your current unwanted reality will not feel bad anymore, okay? Because your focus is on what is good in the world, what is good in my life, what is good within me, what I feel gratitude about. That's where your focus is. Your focus isn't so much on what the unwanted reality is. And so you can actually attract and will attract a solution. You will attract the reality that you want to be living. All right, that's it for today, my daydreamers. Thank you for watching. If this video did help you, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do and tap the bell icon so you know when I upload new videos. Thank you for all your support and your lovely comments. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.